Okay, I think there are a few other things that we can still take a look at. One which hit me pretty quickly, but I don't think we had a chance to talk about it in on the podcast. I probably wouldn't start with equations. So if I take maybe this example from earlier, well, the alternative is rather than starting with an equation, I could just start with the expression. Probably not a 2 there in retrospect. Let's make that a 5 in both of them. So in the first example, there's just so much more going on. I've got to consider both sides of the equation or both expressions. And really all that matters is that one of the expressions is quadratic, or the highest order polynomial between the two expressions is quadratic. I mean, that introduces another potential complication, which is that, how would this look? I guess it would work out okay. There'd have to be some multiple. I'm thinking about situations where it would probably look like this as an example. There'd have to be a multiplication involved. Um, so yeah, that's obviously cubic once you get rid of the brackets, or maybe the way it would look, which is a little more deceptive, is like something like this. Again, that would be cubic, but it's not immediately obvious. So there's just something around how you might have to rearrange equations in order to fully appreciate what their order truly is. So I think in general, expressions just it's just so much simpler. There's so much less to have to focus on, so much less to look at. And once we really focused, like narrowed down and got the idea of a quadratic expression or quadratic polynomial, then we can start looking at those in the context of equations, whether that's simple equations like these or equations where we are perhaps inspecting the expressions on both sides. We have one here of order 7, therefore not a quadratic equation. Um, yeah, I think that's the main thing here. So if I go back to the original sequence then, or the revised sequence, we'll be looking at, I'm going to teach you what we mean by quadratic expression. This is not quadratic. How do I know? The highest power on the unknown is not 2. This is quadratic. How do I know? Highest power on the unknown is 2. Maybe I reveal the sequence this time. This is not quadratic. How do I know? The highest power on the unknown is, sorry, this is quadratic. How do I know? Highest power on the unknown is 2. And then this is not quadratic. How do I know? Highest power on the unknown is not 2. From there, once we start looking at equations, I'm going to teach you what we mean by quadratic equation. This is not quadratic. How do I know? Because this expression is not quadratic. This is a quadratic equation. How do I know? Because this expression is quadratic. Something like that, I'd need to play with the language a little bit more. I'm not sure if this expression is precise enough. But it is the whole point of now a correlated feature sequence where we're correlating the fact that the expression, the highest order of expression in the equation is quadratic. Therefore, the equation is quadratic.